Well, hello and welcome back to a very special episode of Drink the Movies. I'm Brian here as always with Michaela, but Michaela, today we're talking about a movie that just came out, Elio, the newest Pixar film, and we were thinking about it, and you and I are not the experts that are required to talk about such a monumental film. So we said, who should we call? And we called number one superfan, Nora. So Nora, welcome to the podcast today.
Thank you.
Nora, this is a really big deal. We've never had in the history of 226 episodes of full Drink the Movies episodes, we have never had a guest star. We've never had a guest host. So this is actually really cool. We've had plenty of people want to join this dynamic duo here, but none have taken the cake. It's all you, girlfriend. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thank you
Yeah.
for having me on the podcast.
Absolutely. The pleasure is all ours. And you picked Elio, right? That was a film that you had wanted to see?
Yes.
Yeah. When did you guys see it?
We saw it yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah. All
yeah.
right.
We went down and saw it. It was pretty quiet in the movie theater. We saw it yesterday afternoon, but had a pretty good time. Had some popcorn.
Yeah.
Had some gummy nerds.
Mm-hmm. And I got some water because I like water.
Like water,
Water is water
some
is life, man.
some smart water. So hopefully
Yeah.
our conversation today will sound a little bit smart. Uh,
Yeah.
but it's not all smart waters around here. Since Nora was on, we thought we would do a very special mocktail, and there's actually a welcome drink in the movie. Michaela, you should have told me about before we got into this one right here. But I think that this is good because you could definitely make it look like the mocktail that is in the film. So let's do this. Let's take a quick break. We're going to grab some strawberry puree, and we'll be right back to mix up this week's drink.
So, Brian, this film does have a welcome drink, and we saw this at
Yeah,
different times. So, I saw this film
I
a
love
little
a
bit
welcome
earlier in the
drink.
week with my own kiddo, and when you had picked out this mocktail, I thought you had seen, I don't know, a picture of it because it's the right color, except for the globs inside it. But I think the globs are great if you're an alien. I don't know how great globs of goo would be if you're a human trying to enjoy this drink. It might look cool, but I don't know how palatable it would have been. But this one was pretty good.
I love to think that the aliens have a welcome cocktail just for anyone that comes to visit them, because I also love a welcome cocktail, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good. But yeah, I had the globs in it. It looked kind of like a like boba tea.
Yeah.
Mm.
So if you're into that jam, but yeah, I picked the cocktail because I was looking at something that I thought would be good. I was thinking about Nora here when I was picking out some of these ingredients. So I think we put together something pretty good. And Nora actually helped me make it. Nora, do you want to read the recipe there for
Okay.
everyone?
So first we have 3 ounces of red fruit juice. Strawberry pineapple is the one that we use.
Hmm.
um 1.5 ounces of strawberry puree or daiquiri mix, 1 ounce of lime juice, and ginger ale.
All right. Do you remember the brand of ginger ale that you guys used?
We use just a can of just Seagram's ginger ale, just like
Nice.
the little mini cans, because
Oh,
I like using
beautiful.
the mini cans when you're doing a cocktail. That way you're not either having to waste a bunch or just if you're not making up that many or you have a bunch of extra ginger ale left over to
Right.
drink. So we use that.
Yeah.
Now I couldn't find daiquiri mix here at the local grocery store. I'm traveling right now. They had strawberry margarita mix, but I was like, that's probably going
Hmm.
to taste a little different because it has agave in it. So what I used actually is I got the that real brand of the strawberry puree. You'll see those in like your fancier like cocktail sections. So I used that in ours. So 3 ounces of that strawberry pineapple, 1.5 ounce of the strawberry puree, and then 1 ounce of lime juice, which we actually didn't measure. 1 ounce is roughly the juice from one lime, so we just squeezed a bunch of those in there, and then portioned them out and threw a strawberry in there. If you wanted this to really look like the cocktail in the or the welcome drink in the movie, it's called like a glurg. Is that what it was called,
Yeah, it's
Nora?
like a
Glurg?
glurg.
A glurg, yeah, there you go. You could throw like some blueberries in there, and then it'd really look
Mm.
like it, I think.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. And the weird straws that were coming out of it, right? There were
Mm-hmm.
these
Oh
weird
yeah,
kind of,
you could get like
right?
fairly
Crazy
strong.
straws, and then it would look
Yeah,
exactly the same. Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
That's a good idea.
but it
Well,
would taste different because of the blueberries.
it would taste different because of the blueberries.
Yeah.
That's true.
yeah. Well, the blueberries would get kind of they would kind of soak in all the juice maybe.
Yeah.
Um yeah, which could be good or bad. I don't know. Blueberries they can get kind of soft and mushy, but maybe that is what they were going for. I don't know, with the blobs where you
Yeah,
kind of chew them. I
Mhm.
don't know.
that could be.
That that
What
would
did you think, Nora? Did you like the way that it tasted?
Yeah, it tasted like Sprite, like a strawberry Sprite.
Okay.
In the beginning, it was super duper fizzy. That made my mouth
Oh,
like
yeah. Because the ginger
go
ale on top.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. I liked it. Was it too sweet for you, or did you like, was it the right level of sweetness?
It was like the right level of sweetness. It was just the beginning that made me go like, whoa, because it like
Okay.
was in my mouth and it was like super sour. But then it
Oh,
when I got more to the bottom, it was more strawberry and I liked it.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Excellent, excellent. It's good that you use fresh lime. When I first started this podcast with your Uncle B, I did not use fresh lime for anything. I had like the lime that you buy at the grocery store, the lime juice that's just basically a sorbic acid or a sorbic acid. So it gives you the tartness, but it doesn't give you that bright kind of taste, that really fresh taste. And so we talk a lot about the balance of a cocktail or a mocktail as to where like it is on the sweetness scale. Because if it's too sweet, you can't have more than one of them. Did you have more than one of these?
No,
I did.
No.
he did, but I
All
didn't.
right. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, this
Well,
was
good. Well, would you do it again? Would you drink it again if somebody made it for you? Do you think that it's worth keeping the ingredients on hand in case you want to make it?
Probably. But when we were doing it, I put way too much ice in them. So every time I tried to take a sip, I would just get ice.
Yep, yep.
yeah.
You gotta get that ice to liquid ratio
We
correct.
Yeah.
we needed a fancy straw like they had there
Yeah,
at the Intergalactic Council or whatever that thing was called. So
right.
It's
yeah,
like
it was
the
pretty good. What'd you think, Michaela? Did you try one?
I did try one. I really liked it. Now, I actually was able to find some daiquiri mix, and it probably would have been better if I'd have done strawberry puree, to be honest. I think I recommend that route better because the daiquiri mix had a lot of sugar in it already, like in the component of it. And
Yeah.
you're right. I mean, it was daiquiri. It was not margarita. I was worried. I found plenty of that, but I was worried that would be too limey. This was good. It was pretty sweet, so I was really excited that I had extra limes that I could put some more lime juice in because I did probably like just over an ounce of lime juice because it was real sweet, but it brightened it up really nicely. I used our I didn't have ginger ale, so I used a ginger beer
Okay.
because I didn't have any of that on hand. But I really liked because the ginger beer that I have is that I've forgotten the name of it right in front. This is I've forgotten the name of it, but it's very gingery, and so it had like that kind of spiciness from the ginger, the sweetness of the mix, and
Mhm.
the kind of the juice itself. I just used a the red fruit juice that I used was a like a fruit punch.
Okay.
It was like a Capri Sun fruit punch that was red.
Nice. All right.
Um, and so it was a lot sweeter, I think, than yours was. So it
Yeah.
was good. I liked it. I was very glad that I had a big can of the ginger ale. So as I drank more, I would just add the ginger ale to it to kind of cut down on the sweetness. But it was nice. I really liked it. And now the question really is for you, Brian, is you had said you were gonna maybe put some luster dust in this. Did you put any luster dust in yours to make it look galaxy-esque?
Yeah, we did. We put silver dust in it, and
Ooh.
first we didn't make it sparkly enough, so we put more in, and I think
Hmm.
that time we put way too much in because we just did it and a lot of it came out.
Yeah, it's like drinking with the three bears. There's too little luster dust, then there's too much luster dust.
Yeah,
The third time you make this, it will be just right. I
yeah,
guarantee you. You got to watch with the luster dust because if there's too little, you can't really see it. And if there's too much, it's all you see. And then you think it might, even though it's tasteless, like it can make it just feels weird when you
yeah,
drink it, kind of.
Yeah,
But
we
good.
used them. You could see it really good in the juice, and then when you added the ginger ale, it kind of tampered it
Yeah.
out, so you didn't really see it then. But it looked pretty cool. So if you're serving it up, I would definitely go ahead and use some in there for sure. And this is a really good mocktail because it was good for kids, I think, right? Right.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I liked it.
And then you could totally jazz it up if you wanted to, if you needed a little something extra in yours
Sure.
next time, Michaela. So yeah, absolutely. So we're calling that the Cosmic Strawberry, aka the Glurb,
The glurb.
Blurgs. The
Glurg,
blurg.
the Glurg. All right. Well, let's do this. Let's go ahead and grab some more strawberries. Let's mix up another one of these, and we'll have a welcome cocktail as we welcome everyone into this week's film, Elio.
Your life isn't up there, Elio. You need to make friends.
I just want to belong somewhere.
So if any aliens are listening, please come and get me. Okay, bye. Love
Spoiler warning for Elio. We're going to talk about all the things. So if you haven't seen it, go and see it.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to talk about all of it. If you haven't had a chance to see it yet, that's okay. It just came out a couple of weeks ago here in 2025. It was directed by Madeline Sharafian and Domi Shi. It stars Jonas Kabriab as Elio. His aunt Olga Solis is voiced by Zoe Saldana, and his new pal Glorden is voiced by Remy Edgerly. So Michaela, we had the chance to see it. I went with Nora and saw it yesterday. You saw it earlier this week with your own sons. That's pretty good. We talked a little bit about Elio on the podcast in some lobby bars and things, and we hadn't really heard much about this film up until the point that it came out.
Yeah, apparently because we're not children, Brian, because I talked to my son and he was like, "Are you
I can
kidding
I can
me?
neither
I have
confirm
seen."
nor deny that, but
Okay, well, we're in age, like you're
oh
still a
yeah,
child in your own mind.
fair.
Uh, but I am practically like a great grandmother in my mind. So apparently, it shows up like there was tons of marketing to people Nora's age, right, and younger, right? Everything on Disney, all of the stuff that my kids been watching on like YouTube Kids. Their every other episode of something apparently was a advertisement for Elio or Elio. I'm not sure exactly how we're supposed to say it. But my kiddo was well versed in what this movie was about, way more so than myself. So good on you, Disney or Pixar. Good on you because it worked. The kids were like, "Oh, I know all about it," and the adults were clueless.
Yeah, for sure. So did you see any trailers for this at the movies or?
Yeah, when I was watching some stuff, I had a ad and I would always see the Elio and I didn't know much about that, but after a while I knew so much about it because of how much I was getting the ads.
All right. Well, good
Okay.
deal. Yeah, for sure. And I was looking for, something to watch. And Lilo and Stitch, I think, is still out playing, but Nora had already seen that. So we decided to go with Elio for this one. So what I thought we could do, Michaela, do you want to kind of recap there? There's a little recap there of the film. And then I thought we could just talk about kind of our favorite characters from the movie and talk about, kind of our favorite scenes for the movie. It's a Pixar film, right? So it's going to make you sad, of course. I know the part where Michaela started crying. I wasn't even there with her, so
Oh, bold words, sir. You're probably right, but bold words. So yeah, here is the synopsis from somewhere. A space fanatic with an active imagination and a huge alien obsession, Elio's all in for an epic undertaking when he's beamed up to the Communiverse, an interplanetary organization with representatives from galaxies far and wide. But when Elio is mistakenly identified as Earth's leader, he must form new bonds with an eccentric alien life form, navigate a crisis of intergalactic proportions, and somehow discover who and where he is truly meant to be. Oh,
yeah,
that's what it's about. Okay. I mean,
I'm,
that's
that's what
Nora,
it's
do you
about.
think
Yeah,
that's actually what it's about?
Kind of.
Kinda. All right. If
kind of,
you
kind
were
of.
to describe what it's about, what would it be about?
This kid lost his parents and he wants
Mm,
to get abducted by aliens. And then he does, and then he gets welcomed to the Communiverse and gets mistaken as the leader of Earth and
okay.
is with aliens. And then everybody finds out he actually isn't the leader of Earth.
And that's a problem, I
Yeah.
think, I
And
guess.
I don't really think there even is a leader of Earth.
Right. Well, not yet. Anyway,
Yeah.
we don't know. I mean, that it is interesting because there's a lot of movies, Nora, where we look at the future, and when we
Hmm.
learn that there are other aliens, like other movies, they always have like somebody who represents Earth as a leader,
Yeah.
not necessarily as like the real leader, but like at least as like a person who's representing the earthly people, right, as a
Yeah.
human.
Like every time I watch a movie and there's an alien, I always see like them saying, "Bring me your leader." And
That's
then
right.
somebody comes out.
Yep, yep, that's true. That's true. But it's interesting because Elio is a kid, right? So he wants the same things that a kid wants rather than an adult. And it's interesting because they immediately when they realize that he's not an adult, they put him in this space, right? And he meets another kid, but it's an alien kid. Do you
Yeah.
remember what the alien kid's name is?
Glorden.
Glorden. And I love Glorden. What did you think about how Glorden looked in this movie?
He looked way different than his father, Lord Grigon.
Mm, okay.
And he kind of looks like a spider, worm,
He's like
multiple teeth,
yeah, there's a lot of
no
teeth.
eyes looking thing.
No
Yeah.
eyes? Does he
Yeah.
really have no eyes? Oh my
Yeah, he
gosh.
Yeah.
doesn't
Okay.
have any
I
eyes.
He
oh,
has
I
little, he
totally
has like little
forgot
like
that.
he has like little stalks where eyes would be kind of thing, but
Yeah,
there's no
there's
eyes on
nothing.
it. Yeah, Gordon's pretty good. Gordon's probably my favorite character of the movie, if I'm being honest. Of course, he's very cuddly. He's very like protective of Elio, right? And he's kind of the same thing, right? He doesn't fit, or he doesn't think that he fits into kind of the situation that he finds himself in, right? His dad, Lord Grigon, is the like I don't know, like some intergalactic baddie that's going to go and conquer and all these sorts of things, right? So when he goes to apply for, I guess
The universe
the newest position open at the
Hmm.
Communiverse, right, and they turn down his,
offer and he got super duper
he
angry.
got super duper angry. Yeah, that's right. He decided he was just going to go and take over everything, and that's kind of where Elio's story comes into play, is as far as this intergalactic council lies, because he's gonna offer to help right now that he's up there.
Oh, and Lorden's lava proof, right?
Lava proof, yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh
You have to
yeah,
get
because his
inside of him
whole
though.
Yeah, you have to get inside of him. I would be really scared because of how many like little circles of teeth he has just to crawl in there. And then Elio said, "Hey, it's kind of comfy in here."
it is kind of comfy. Well, he looks like a chubby worm, right? So
Yeah.
he's super scary at first. And one thing I really thought was interesting is that we thought that he was definitely going to eat poor Elio, and
Yeah.
then he turned around and they had those really cool language looking sticker things that glowed, and
Yeah.
you were able to then hear each other in your language. And so he was really just like, "Hey, are you okay?" But it looked like he was like, like with his teeth. And we thought that he was like cocooning him as if he was going to eat him later, like save him
Hmm.
for a
Yeah.
snack. But he really was like, I'm just swaddling you because I like to be swaddled. My mom used to swaddle me when I was scared like a baby, right? And so you realize that the Elio and Glorden are very similar, right? They both feel like they don't belong. Like Glorden feels like he has to do what his dad wants, and his dad is this big bad warlord guy who, gets in the suit with all these weird prickly things that like
Yeah, like they
make him in. No wonder he's angry. He's probably in pain a lot. He's like, "Rah,
yeah.
I've got stickers all over me. I mean, that's no good, right? And Glorden isn't up for that. He's like, I don't really want to be a warlord, you know? And Elio doesn't feel like he fits into his kind of new family dynamic with his aunt, right? Because his
Hmm.
aunt is a big NASA space woman and she wanted to go to space and now she's kind of stuck, feeling stuck watching after a kid. And Elio is kind of worried about where he fits in this life. So they're very similar, even though they're different beings.
In the beginning when I saw Glorden, I thought it was like a creature that they had to keep away because of like he looked like a big scary thing, and I thought it was like an adult, not a kid. So I thought it was something they
Mm.
had to keep away because it was like a big, like spider web in
Oh
there.
yeah. Yeah.
So I thought it was like a creature they had to keep away because it was deadly because of all those teeth.
Yeah. Yeah, because he just kind
Yeah.
of falls in like down that pit into the spider web.
Yeah.
So yeah, it looks like he's just like some sort of like bad creature that Elio runs into, and then
Yeah.
we see like his suit, right, that's in preparation for him
Mhm.
to go into there now that he's uh, getting older and things. And we learn that he doesn't, he doesn't want to do that necessarily, but he's trying to put on a brave face for his dad, because he knows or he thinks that's what his dad wants for him, right, is to go on and do that. It's kind of like, it's kind of the same as Elio who looks at his aunt, who, was this high up, kind of at the Air Force or whatever, tracking, all this space satellites and things. And Elio just assumes that she doesn't want to, take care of him or,
Hmm.
things like that. So, um, both of the kids really, kind of
Feel
don't
it.
really understand, you know,
Hmm.
the situation that they're in from the other people's perspective, I guess.
Yeah.
What was your favorite? Do you have a favorite character from this movie, Nora?
It's probably Gordon because of just how funny he is and how I thought he was a scary creature that's like an adult, but then it turns out he was just a nice little kid.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like a I don't know, though it's definitely a good lesson when you meet somebody that looks maybe scary or seems really harsh and then they're actually
Not.
really sweet on the inside. Like he's just a baby. Like he's like
Yeah.
just a little kid who
But
Hmm.
just
it was probably my second favorite person because of just
Yeah,
he he just is.
yeah, it was pretty good. He's a little like water cube thing that keeps
Yeah.
popping up and giving everyone their little like translator discs and
Yeah.
things that you can that'd be pretty useful, right? You could control your temperature,
Yeah.
right? You can make yourself warmer or colder. You could turn on and off gravity with
Mhm.
it. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I
yeah,
liked
that was
it.
pretty cool.
I liked him, and I also liked the universal user manual.
Yeah.
He's like, "Would you like to know the meaning of life?" And no one wanted to know the meaning of life.
Right? I like
He was
Who
like,
would
I'm
win?
ready to tell you. I'm ready to tell you." And they're like, "No, yeah, who would
Was it
win?"
like who would win, a gorilla or a monkey with a baseball bat? Wasn't it?
Something like that.
Yeah.
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 It was like
And he's
an
like,
animal with a baseball bat, and he's like, ah, a gorilla.
The
yeah,
gorilla.
because he's like, well, fighting is never the answer.
Answer.
It's like, just tell me which one would win. And he's like, okay, well,
Yeah, so that was
yeah.
pretty good. What about you, Michaela? Obviously, Glorden. Did you have any other favorites of the
Um,
aliens or
yeah.
older? Or?
Ooh, the blue gelatinous liquid supercomputer was pretty cool. I do agree. I thought um it was really cool how they used recordings of Carl Sagan. So
Mm-hmm.
Nora, you're way too young to know who that is. Maybe you know who that is. Do you know who Carl Sagan is?
No.
No. Well, I wouldn't expect you to. So don't feel bad that you don't know. Carl Sagan was this really cool scientist who was around when my dad, probably your grandpa Bob, was like young, okay? And he wrote some really cool books all about the universe and about life on other planets and the possibility of life on other planets. And he made this series called Cosmos, and they actually took there's a piece of what he says and they put it into the movie. So there was that part where they're talking about how now we can go into other worlds and we can start really recording and documenting life on other planets. Do you remember them saying
Um,
that a couple of different times?
yeah, like when he was in that big room and he pressed the
Mhm.
golden button. Is that it?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
it's not what was on. Yes. So yes, it's not what we sent on the golden because that's actually a real thing. We actually did record something
Oh.
on like a golden record and send it out to space. We did do that years and years ago. But it's during that period of time where we hear Carl Sagan, and I thought that that was really cool. I knew that I'd heard it before, so I had to go home and look it up because I recognized the voice, but I couldn't quite pin it as to who it was. But I really loved that because as a kid, when I was a kid, I really loved the idea. I was like Elio. I didn't want to get abducted by aliens, but I really loved the idea of being like one of many planets out in the universe that had life, and that maybe there were other life forms that were just like us, wondering if we existed just the way that we're wondering if they existed.
Yeah.
And I really liked, and I was young enough to be watching some of Carl Sagan's stuff. So that was kind of neat. Again, Pixar is really good at making movies that are not just for kids, that are also for adults. And I thought that that was kind of a neat, I don't know, paying homage to, you know,
Hmm.
Them.
Yeah.
scientists. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
The only reason I would want to get abducted by aliens is to not have gravity. So I can
Oh,
just do
yeah.
stuff in the air without like getting like falling down.
Yeah. Was
I
that your
just want,
favorite part?
yeah, it'd probably be my favorite part.
Yeah.
My but my favorite part in the movie though is when the people are about to punch Elio, but then it all freezes and he's going up and then he kicks the person that's about to punch him.
Oh,
Like he's
yeah.
going up and
Yeah.
he kicks him and then
Well,
he's
that
like,
was cool.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was,
That was neat when he has they have the clone, right? And the clone
yeah,
is very happy. He's like, "Oh, it's a job. It's fine that I get punched. It's fine." Like just like he knows what he's supposed to do and he's okay with it. So when he goes back into that frozen, he's like, "I'll just go stand here. It's no big deal."
yeah. And then when Aunt Olga he cuts off his finger and then it just goes back on. And then the hair that's off his head starts moving like a snake.
yeah.
And then she
Hmm.
opens his eye patch, nothing there. And then he just wakes up and is like, we need to talk about
Sure.
something.
That was scary.
I was like, ooh,
I didn't
oh
like
my
I didn't
gosh.
like that. I didn't like that.
Because I knew something he was gonna be waking up and be like, come here, like,
Yeah.
be scary.
He looks like he's gonna do something mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
like, we need to talk. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh gosh.
That's right. Yeah. So, Michaela, what was your favorite part, and which one of the two was your more favorite part? Was it when Aunt Olga made the thing on the beach that lit up and it said "Bring him home," or was it when Lord Gragon swaddled his baby? Which one of those made you cry more?
Shut up, Brian. It's not nice that you know these things about me. um, I cried at both of those. I mean, yeah, I'm a big crier, Nora. I don't know if you probably know that because you've listened to more than one episode of this podcast. I cry at everything. No, I really liked all of that stuff. I thought it was really cool that the warlord guy, when he saw his son, he broke out of his big machine because the reason why they look so different, Nora, is because of that machine, right? With
Yeah.
the prickly things and you get inside it and now you're like, rah, and it reminded me of like a character from Doctor Who that was very similar, where you were actually quite fragile until you got into this machine, and then you could do all these horrible things. But you were in pain all the time, and that's why you were so angry. It kind of reminded me of that. But he knows his son, and he knows that his son does not really want to be a warlord. He knows that that's just not where his heart is. So when he sees that his son is there, he uses his super strength within the machine
Yeah.
to break himself out of the machine, and then he's got these like pinprick marks, and he's like swaddles the
Hmm.
kid, and everything's gonna be fine. And it's just I
It
don't know.
look
I really like that where his dad really understands him more than he thinks he does.
yeah. It looks like he's about to like hit Elio because he's like and then he
Yeah.
rips out of it. He looks so different and like all the pricks just made me like give this man some like Vaseline so it can close up, please. Because he looks
Right.
so different.
Yeah. He's all pale, like Darth Vader at the end of Return of the Jedi.
And you could kind of see where his like eyebrows and eyes are supposed to be because they're like big, like more out and thicker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then how
Yeah.
he was willing to shoot the clone. What if it was actually his son?
Ooh.
Like if it was
Oh,
actually his son, then what would happen? Like
right.
you
Was that
just
scary
killed
for
your own
you?
son. It's not our fault.
Yeah. That was kind of scary when they had the two clones of Glorden right beside each other and they just said which one's the clone and you just had to
Yeah,
trust that the clone was like, "It's me. It's
yeah.
fine. It's everything's fine." Like,
I thought that the clone went in it because I was like, wait a minute, how did they switch sides? What the
mhm.
heck?
Mhm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very
And
suspenseful.
then Elio wouldn't know because he's like, I can't even tell you guys apart. And that probably made them have the idea like, ooh, let's
Mm.
switch it
Yeah.
up.
What I really liked too, because Lord Gragon, like previously in the film, was extremely defensive when he was having his first little chat with Elio, and Elio questioned how good he was at being a father, right?
Said, well, if you can't
And
take
he's like, "You
care
don't
of
know what you're
him, just
talking about."
send him off into space. Like, that's not, I hope that's not how you take care of children. And you don't even have a son. He, like, Elliot doesn't even have a son. He's just sitting there with his nails being like, oh, if you can't take care of him, just send him off to space. Like, uh, I don't think that's how you parent.
It is
Like,
not.
why you would send your kid off to space? What?
That's a dangerous idea, right? Which is
Yeah.
why it's so sweet when um Aunt Olga is, she talks to the clone. The clone is helping her relight up the beach to get her nephew back, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he decides at the end, does he decide to stay? They realize what is it called? That council. The
The
community the
communiverse.
communiverse says, "Hey, we'd love to have you stay even though you're not an adult. You can totally stay. That's fine." What does Elio decide to do?
He decides to leave because he looks back at his Aunt Olga and she's super duper sad. And then
Yeah.
how they used the clone, like just melting, like, can I have help? Just melting just to get in there. And how Gordon like made the ship like all like a big nest for him. Like when they go in, it's full of spider
Oh
web.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like a big spider web.
Yeah, it's full of webs. That's right.
And he's super cold. He's just like they're like
Yep.
"Ugh."
Yep.
Yeah. The temperature is a big problem because that thing breaks. And that's why they swaddle him and try and get him back up to the communiverse where his
Yeah.
temperature can be regulated. Did
Yeah.
you did you like the end? Do you think that he comes back? That Elio comes back eventually when he's an adult? How do you think it like after the movie ends, what do you think happens to
I
kind of
think
both the
that
aliens and the humans?
um so his Aunt Olga is gonna go up to space and while she's up there for like I don't know how long they're up there for however long she's up there, would go up to the communiverse so somebody can take care of him and he can
Oh,
be with the aliens and see
that would be
Gordon.
cool.
And
Yeah.
maybe like he switches every year. Like he goes with his Aunt Olga for a year. He goes up there for a year to see Gordon and stuff.
That would be
They could like
cool.
just switch it up.
Yeah.
Did you have a favorite part, Brian?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean the two emotional parts there with the parents, those were pretty good, right? I did like that, and I liked kind of the Elio and Gordon relationship that starts, and then when Gordon starts to fall ill there after he blasts off incorrectly um from the Galactic Council place there where he's hiding from his dad. That was pretty sad. I also liked when they're flying back up like into space on Elio's spaceship which they commandeer from the Air Force base or whatever it is right there, and they're going, and all of the space debris is flying through there, which
Mhm.
was basically his Aunt Olga's whole job was to track all of that stuff. So they get in contact with the people from Earth, right? So like the Gunther Melmac
Gunther.
that was like the computer technician there for the Air Force or whatever, get him on the radio, and they get the kid, what's his name, Caleb, I think.
Caleb.
Mm-hmm.
um
Yeah. Because then when they're talking to each other, it like the radio just goes out because he spilled all of his I think it's Coke or something. I don't know. He spilled something on himself and that made
Mm-hmm.
the radio go out.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
if so for somebody that tracks aliens, I thought he'd be smarter than that. Not have it
Good
pour
call,
stuff on
Nora.
him with the radio.
He was very
Yeah, good.
excitable. He was very excitable. I like that.
He
I
was
thought
good.
that I thought visually, I thought it looked really, really good. Especially like the alien, the type of things, and like kind of the first communications where it's like taking over all of the screens inside of the Air Force base. I thought that that was really cool. So I
I
liked
thought
that.
saying that I thought he was gonna say, "We're coming for you," and I was like, "Oh no, this is gonna be bad." And
Yeah.
it looks like Gordon has eyes in his mouth because he cries through his mouth. He's
Mm-hmm.
like crying from the sides of his mouth, which I was
Mm-hmm.
like, why out of his mouth? Like, where did it even come out of for his mouth?
Yeah.
You know what this means, Nora, is that they're gonna have to create like I want a plushie of Gordon. I want like a talking one that cries out of its mouth.
Yeah,
Like there's a
you,
whole lot
you
of
feed it water and then
opportunities
it
for
just
toys.
cries.
Exactly, kind of like a baby, where
Yeah,
right?
Has a little
Oh, this is a
swaddle
great idea. I
for it.
like it. We can
yeah, a little
swallow it.
swaddle he could put
Oh,
in.
it was like a little purple glowworm, is what it reminded me of. Nora, you're too young for to know what a glowworm is, but that was a toy when I was a child. That would
Mm-hmm.
literally you'd hug it and it would glow in the dark, but it looked just like a Glorden, but it was like green and
No,
yellow, and
and had a
it was
sleeping
really
cap.
cute. Yep, had a little. It was like and you just swaddled it and cuddled it. Well, anything else to add?
No,
No.
No.
I don't
Okay.
think so.
All right.
No. Do you think it's a good film? Do we recommend it for others?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Okay.
super duper good.
It was super duper good. You're gonna watch it again when it comes out on like
Probably
streaming. Yeah.
because people in my family want to watch it,
Cool.
Okay.
so I'd
Well, let's hope
probably go
so.
and watch it with them again.
Good. This one might be my favorite animated film of the year that came out this year. I don't know. I really
Yeah.
liked it. I don't know. Ryan, what do you think?
Well, we have a few months left in this year to make our
That's
final
true.
decisions, but yeah, I mean it's been a little light on high spots at least so far of the ones that we've have seen of animated films. So I'm sure there's a bunch more coming out, and we'll have to figure that out once we get closer to Oscar time. But yeah, this was definitely worth a watch if you can catch it at the theater. I don't know how much longer it's going to still be out at the theater, but you'll probably be able to see it on Disney Plus in a couple of weeks. So
Mm.
just sit tight there and have a welcome cocktail while you're waiting for sure. So let us know at home if you made it out to see Elio in its theatrical run, or what you thought about it. If you think that Elio is just an episode of Doctor Who, that's okay. You can let us know all that stuff on our social medias, and definitely mix up a cosmic strawberry Glurg welcome cocktail too, and send us pictures of that. You can do that on our Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky. It's at Drink the Movies, and on Facebook.com/Drink the Movies. If you want to get written recipes, pictures of our cocktails, episode recaps, links to the merchandise shop, Drink the Video Games, all that stuff can be found on our website, which is www.drinkthemovies.com. You can go over to Patreon for bonus content. That is patreon.com/drinkthemovies. We got extra episodes, hangouts, chats, cocktail chats, all sorts of stuff over there. Again, that's patreon.com/drinkthemovies. Want to extend a special thank you to Nora for coming on to join us for this very special episode of Drink the Movies. Nora, thank you so much.
Well, thank you for having me on here.
Absolutely. It was our pleasure for sure. So,
It was.
Michaela, where do people want to subscribe? We've got a lot of fun new stuff coming up this summer here. We're at the
We
theater
sure do.
probably right now watching something as we speak.
That's
So,
right. That's right. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Good Pods, anywhere where Spotify podcasts are supported and distributed. We do 2 drops a week. I guarantee whatever you're listening to us on right now has a subscribe button. So you should press that button and you get both drops. You get our lobby bar, which we do a quick chat about what's coming out in the box office, what's coming out from a series perspective, things like that, and do a cocktail that anyone, even you, can make. We also do our deep dives, like the one we just did with Elio right now, right, where we have a cocktail or a mocktail and talk about a movie in more depth. Those happen on our Thursday episodes. We also have Drink the Video Games. Even if you're not a huge fan of video games, you should go check that out because it's really amazingly done. There's always a cocktail, and Brian does a really great job of really bringing all the video game stuff to life. It's really, really cool. Go check it
Yeah.
out. We've started Star Wars video games this season. That is really cool. So even if you're not a video game person and you're a Star Wars person because you're cool, go listen to it because it's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. So, all right. Well, that's going to wrap it up here for this special episode of Drink the Movies. Make sure you tune in next time. We'll be back with another movie. And for now, thank you so much. And we'll talk to you next time on
Drink
Drink
the
the
movies.
Movies.
Drink the movies. Great job, Nora.